That was funny. Oh, sometimes I crack myself down. Welcome back. Today, we're going to do something that parents can do with their kids and have a fun time doing it. A fun time doing it. And save money. Who don't like Cheez-Its? Little, not Ritz cracker, but little Cheez-It crackers. They are like $6, $5, $6 a box for a little box. Ooh. Wait, hold the phone. Hold the phone. We're going to make some today because we've got 6 ounces of shredded cheese, sharp or mild, either way you want. You can use jalapeno cheese if you want. Your crackers, you make them. 6 tablespoons of butter, softened, room temperature. Has to be room temperature. 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. 1 teaspoon of sugar. 1 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And a dash, and I mean just a dash, of garlic powder if you want. Now, like I said, the butter has to be soft. We're going to take let's take our flour and our sugar and our salt, throw in, put that in the old zinc, and then we're going to add our flour. A little bit here, and then just start crumbling it up. And you see how this is crumbling up? This is what we're looking for. Crumbly, crumbly, crumbly. And some of my cheese didn't go through the grater good, so I'll crumble it up while I'm grabbing it. So, now that we're down to here, we're going to add the rest of the flour. And then we're going to, here in a minute, once we get this all crumbled up, we're going to take and get some cold water, and we're going to add, now listen to this, we're going to add 1 to 3 tablespoons of water. Yeah, that's it. All depends on the moisture and all that in your house. You see how this is all nice and crumbly? Now let's take, just kind of scrub our hands here a little bit. Then we're going to take the garlic and we're just going to give it a little sprinkle. Not a lot, because you know garlic goes a long way. I can smell it already, the garlic. Whoop! Ronald, keep it in the bowl. Okay, now, see how that's nice and crumbled up? Like that? Okay. Now, that's the butter sticking to our fingers, so we'll just roll that back into the dough, because we're going to make a dough. It's going to be a real heavy dough. You'll see here in a second. We're going to get some cold water. We'll use our flour bowl. And here's our measure sticks. And here is a tablespoon. We're going to put in a tablespoon. And then we're going to go to mixing again. Okay, looks like we might need a little more. So let's take about a half tablespoon and put in there. Let's get the rest of our stuff back in there too. We can't, this is all goodness right here. Get in there. They just don't want to be to the party. And to add in the water, it depends on what the moisture is in your house or the climate you live in. If you live up north, you may need, and if you have dry heat, because it's that time of year, people's turning the heat on. Running the fireplaces will take the moisture out of the air. You might need a little bit more water. Here in the south, we get our humidities a little higher, so it doesn't take a lot. Yeah, they're really nice. So I'm going to give it about another teaspoon, and this will work your arms out too. And this will be fun for the kids because kids like those cheese crackers. Yeah, Ritz, or why do I keep saying Ritz crackers? Maybe we should make some, huh? The cheeses, they like the cheeses. Now you can actually do this in a food processor, not like a bread, like making bread. You can put it in with a not a sharp hook, but with a blunt hook. Like my Ninja's got one for bread and one for cutting stuff. So this is a really heavy dough. So and there's the dough right there. Move that to the zinc. Let's move the water out of the way. Let's knead this just a little bit. Shouldn't stick to the counter because there's a lot of butter. Now, let's break this in half. And what we're going to do, we're going to make a square. Yeah. And it's very forgiving dough too. That don't really look like a good square, does it? Because there we go. Looks like a square now. I win. Now I can put that in a round peg hole. Squared round. Never mind, I don't think that would fit. Down a little bit. Make your square. Now, we are going to take some wax paper and take a little off. I'm going to put one here, one here, and we're going to wrap this up, and we're going to put it in the fridge for 1 hour. It has to sit for an hour in the fridge. So stick around. When we come back, we're going to roll out and make crackers. So stay tuned. Okay, been an hour. We're going to undo our Cheez-Its. Rip! Didn't need that anymore. Throw that in the rubbish. Now, what we're going to do, as you see, I went and got a proper rolling pin instead of that little one I had. Some of you remember that. I still got it though. So what we want to do is we want to roll this out. Okay? And we want to roll it out until it's about 1/4 inch thick. Maybe a little less. I should have put these together, I guess, and did it all at one time. And this way it'll be. Hey, you! Stop your noise. Stop your sticky end. Pizza cutter. You need a pizza cutter. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to square this up and put that over here with this other dough. And we're going to make crackers. Now, you're going to run about an inch, I would say. One way. Alright, one thing that we have to do, let's go ahead and come down through there. One thing we have to do, okay, is, and that's why this skewer is laying on the table, when you're making these crackers, you have to poke a hole in the middle. Why? Because there's holes in the middle of the one to get out of the box. No, that's not the reason. The reason, you got to let some of the steam out of it. So you just gotta poke hole right in the middle. But yeah. So they say that's what you got to do. So I'm doing it. Being all kitty won't and crazy looking, get in the middle. That's not. Did you see that? Wasn't even close to the middle. Somebody's going to eat that and say, "What happened to that cracker? The hole's not in the middle." Because I'm not a machine, right? That's what you got to tell them. Okay. Now, get you a kitchen scrape, or what they call a kitchen knife, and just pick them up. I'm going to lay them on the, over here so you can see, on the paper, just like that. And we're going to cook these on 375. I'm going to do it like that. I think it's just as quick. On 375 for 15 or anywhere between 15 to 18 minutes. And once we get them done, we're going to take them off the baking sheet, okay? Because they will continue baking on if you don't take them off. They'll burn. So, ask me how I know this because I read it. Okay, let's put these in. Okay, we're down to the wiring. And okay. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. We're going to put these in. We're going to do the same thing. Do you see how big they got, how fluffy they got? This is what you're going to have. And me and my wife were just discussing that my daughter-in-law, the one that passed away, this would have been one of her things that she would have loved to have done. We're going to get these off the hot pan because if you see the bottom of them, they're already starting to crisp up. And if you leave them on the pan, they keep cooking. We don't want that. We want it on a cool surface. So take it off and put it on a cool surface or a cooling rack. If you have a big enough cooling rack, which I don't, that's what you do. You put that on a cooling rack and away you go. But we're going to try one. And if you want to try one, come on over. I'll give you one. Oh my. It tastes like a Cheez-It. Very good. They're still warm, but they're crunchy. They'll get more crunch as they cool off. But you see what I did. It don't take long, and it's fun for the whole family. But do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends, and try to make this, and let me know, and leave me a comment. Also leave me a thumbs up. It helps. So get in the kitchen, have some fun, and do something with the kids. So until next time, America, keep cooking.